I was brought up believing that if I did well at school, if I finished uni, if I got a degree and I landed a good job, I'd be set for life. Hey, my name's Ryan. I am a wannabe entrepreneur. I have a 9 to 5 and I have a couple of businesses. And today I just wanted to chat about like finance and how we're taught to save rather than to actually learn how to earn money. So in school, and I want to give this the respect that it deserves because it does deserve a lot of respect. Traditionally, we're taught we go to school, we go to uni, we get a degree, we get a high paying job, we save hard, we buy a house, we have a missus, have a kid, da da da. And to be honest, none of this is bad. All of this I think is great. And I know a lot of us do this and a lot of us are taught this. If you look at all of that, there is nothing in there that says I can make my own money. So what that tells me is that you're reliant on someone else's decisions for how much you earn and how much you're worth. My key issue with this is simple. Your success becomes dependent on external permission. It's dependent on what degree you get. It's dependent on who gives you a job and how much they pay you. It's dependent on how long you have that job for. When someone gives you a job, it's telling you what you're worth. It's telling you how much you can earn. It's telling you when you can work and when you can stop. So let's say you land a finance degree and you get a finance job, you're still being valued by someone else because there's an owner of that company who is wanting a service that's done by you or wanting your expertise, and that owner is paying you what you are worth or what the market value for that job is. And then when I was taught to save, and saving is absolutely great as well, and I actually think it's definitely fundamental. The thing that hit me later in life, and the thing that I find super annoying, is that learning how to save it just has a ceiling. We spend our entire lives being taught how to save money, but almost never how to make it. Saving definitely has a ceiling, but earning doesn't. If you take this as an example, let's say you earn 3k a month and your bills are 2.8k a month. You can save £200, great, but let's say you cut even more back and then maybe you save £500, but now you can't eat, or you give up your gym, or you give up doing your nails, or whatever it is, but that's the ceiling. You can only save so much with that amount of money that you're earning every month. When you learn how to make money for yourself, there is no ceiling. There is no upper limit. You can earn as much as you want within that month, and there's no one telling you that you can't. And this is a thing that really hits home for me. No one teaches us how to sell. No one teaches us how to market. No one teaches us how to solve problems for money. No one teaches us how to build leverage. And no one teaches us how income actually works outside of a salary. And I think the crazy thing is, these are all skills. They're not talents, meaning they can be taught, meaning you can learn them. This isn't something that you just are born with. I know I'm ranting a bit, but this isn't me actually saying to drop out of uni or quit your job. Do what you need to do. If you're in your degree and you're loving it and you're enjoying it, then absolutely great. Do it. Get the most out of it. Get your degree, get your job, build the stability. But also at the same time, start building the foundations of earning money in your own time. And what does that mean exactly? I think it depends on where you are in life. So for example, if you're at uni, say your early 20s, if it was me, if I could go back, I'd focus on learning the one income skill alongside my degree. And that could be anything but something you have to enjoy, something that you're passionate about, or something that you could go back to again and again. And the reason why I say that is because when you go into learning how to make money for yourself, there's a lot of things that hit you in the face. And when those things hit you in the face, if you don't enjoy it, you won't push through with it. And if you don't push through with it, you're not going to become an expert. And ultimately, you're not going to become valuable to the service or to the people you're serving. So that can really be anything. It could be anything from editing video to creating video to social media or AI, anything that you find interesting, that you're passionate about and you can power through when stuff gets hard, then start learning it, and start learning it now, and start learning it outside of what you're learning in terms of your degree. Because your degree will teach you how to get the job, but it won't teach you how to become the owner of that job. This isn't to get rich overnight, but it's to understand how money actually flows when it's you as a entrepreneur or as a person making your own money. In uni or school or even a job, you're taught a certain set of skills, which is this is how you do the job. This is how you get the most out of it. Whereas when you're your own person trying to make your own money, you need to have that skill and you need to have that drive to learn that skill and become the expert at it. But you also need to learn how to talk about yourself. You need to learn how to market, how to close a deal. So you need to learn sales, and then you need to learn your basic finances. There's so many things that you need to learn, and just starting to get into that flow is super important. And if I was back in my early 20s, that's exactly what I should have done or would have wanted to do a lot earlier. And then if you're working your 9 to 5, you don't need a business plan. You just need actionable steps. You don't have to do the crazy stuff like I do, like hire an office. So it's Sunday and it's 10:30 right now in the evening, and I have work tomorrow morning, and I'm going to be here probably until about 2 a.m. You don't need to do anything crazy like that, but maybe spend an hour and just do some reps, but make it intentional. Pick something that you enjoy or that you enjoy solving and just solve it. Offer a simple service to do it and learn how it works, learn the whole system, learn the marketing behind it, sales behind it, follow other influencers or people that are in the same genre doing the same thing. Just start learning it. Your first goal isn't freedom. It should be proof of concept. Once you start finding people that are doing it, then you can start seeing what their processes are. If you're a kid watching this, thank you, because that is awesome. I feel like I'm an old dude who only old people are going to watch. But if you are younger and you're watching this, you know what the great things about kids are is that they have no, I want to say it's not shame, but people my age, we're scared to market because we're scared of what other people will think of us online. The older generation, say the millennials, they have this stigma of like, my friend might think this of me, so I'm not going to post it. And that causes friction, and that friction is enough for you to not do it. When you're young, you don't have that. Especially the generation like the baby boomers or the generations below that, you're born in social media. Social media is your thing. Start doing it. Start creating your personal brand. It doesn't have to be anything, but at least you're in front of the camera creating something that's personal. And then you can move on to talking about something that's more specific, like a problem that you're trying to solve or a skill that you have. And maybe from that, you can start freelancing. If you ever watch Gary Vee, his whole thing is personal branding, and it's huge. If you look at any influencer, they will have businesses, but you know the person because of the influencer, and that is the power of personal branding. And that is definitely something that millennials fail to see, or they don't like to see it because they don't really want to be in front of the camera. So if you're still in school and you're able to, like your parents allow you to go on TikTok or whatever, start making these videos and start throwing stuff against the wall to see what sticks. Because honestly, later on down the line, when you have to market yourself because you want to sell your own thing, you'll be a lot further than a lot of other people. So this is a bit of a rant, I know, but just to land this thing, saving money is super important, and I'm not denying that. And I will make a video about how I think money works for me, because I went through a process of being broke and then being in debt and then climbed out of that debt and now use debt as leverage. And I want to go through that whole process with you. But before that, I want to just stress that saving is super, super important, but there's a ceiling to it. To sum that up, security comes from a job and freedom comes from skills. And later on down the line, this will give you options. So if you can save, but you can also learn how to earn, you will give yourself more options later on down the line. So if you're trying to build income alongside your 9 to 5, you might as well sub, because that's what this channel is all about. And I am going through exactly the same thing. I appreciate your time today. Have a great week. Have a great Christmas if I don't speak to you, and take care.